So, the second topic we have under discussion is how to overcome negativity, how to overcome depression and anxiety. Okay, let me repeat it again. How to overcome depression and anxiety. So, just don't think that it's a little because it's gonna be a lot. इंग्लिश में क्योंकि ज़्यादा डिस्क्रिप्शन नहीं दी जाती है बट इतनी नहीं दी जाती. इट्स समथिंग टू द पॉइंट. सो इसलिए इस पर मैं एक उर्दू के सेशन करूँगी और इस पर एक नहीं तकरीबन 2-3 सेशंस होंगे फॉर यू ऑल टू अंडरस्टैंड इट विद अ नाइस थिंग, विद अ नाइस मैनर, क्योंकि ये एक ऐसा टॉपिक है कि इस पर जितना बोला जाए उतना कम है. तो इसलिए मेरा नहीं ख्याल कि इंग्लिश में इसमें बिल्कुल कंफर्टेबल होगा बात करना, बट आई एम जस्ट कवरिंग अ बिट हाईलाइट्स. Maybe it could help you out. We'll shortly plan a session in 2 to 3 days for this first session for this. So let's start with it. How to overcome depression and anxiety. First, let's see what is depression. Depression is one of the most common and serious medical illness that can consistently affect how you feel, how you act, and your overall mood motivation. So the condition is treatable, but it causes ongoing feelings of loss of interest and sadness, eventually manifests in a series of physical and emotional problems that can lead to the chance of a person may be unable to function at work or home. So the next thing, what is anxiety? Let's overlook the first thing again about depression. So depression basically क्या है कि depression आपकी हर चीज़ को इफ़ेक्ट करता है. So you have to get rid of it, and to get rid of it you have to take care of yourself. So what is anxiety? Anxiety is a fairly normal aspect of life. Still, when people are diagnosed with an anxiety disorder, there is a chance they will have ongoing repeated episodes and sudden and intense fears that can peak for several minutes at a time, panic attacks and intense feelings of terror that can reach a peak within just a few minutes. The feeling of anxiety can be difficult to control when a person develops an anxiety disorder, social anxiety disorder, a specific phobia, or other types of anxiety. So, how depression and anxiety are linked? Even though depression and anxiety are two different conditions, but they are interlinked. They are often linked together and they often have similar treatments as well. Feel as though you have the blues or feeling anxious from time to time can be a normal response to any kind of stressful situation, because we always have ASAP situations to the depressive situations. Severe and ongoing feelings of both conditions will often occur together and have the same treatment path, including therapy, stress reduction techniques, exercise, changes in sleep habits, and medication. When you need to talk to someone rather than eat yourself alive, that's a really good thing. कि दूसरों से जब आपको बात करने कुछ भी डिप्रेसिव हो तो दूसरों से बात करना ज़्यादा अच्छा होता है, बजाय इसके कि आपका गुस्सा, आपका डिप्रेशन और आपकी एंजाइटी आपको अंदर ही अंदर से खुद खा जाए. So going to a therapist can be an extremely valuable therapy that you could take if you are going to work at combating your depression or anxiety. You can open your heart to someone you know. Let me repeat it, the last line. The last line is someone you know, fine? Not to a stranger. Speaking to a trained medical health professional can ensure that you can work through your condition and develop an action plan for managing the condition. Set up goals for improving your health and your quality of life. Sort through some of the thought processes and unhelpful behaviors that will contribute to helplessness and hopelessness feelings. Develop new skills that can help you to prevent future episodes from occurring. Pinpoint the events in your life that may have led to events for anxiety and depression more. जिन चीज़ों से, जिन बातों से, जिन सिचुएशन से आपको डिप्रेशन और एंजाइटी होती है, let them be out. Kick them out. So now let's see what type of therapies we have. There are several types of treatments that people use to overcome anxiety and depression. Some of the most common types can help you through the process. So the types of therapies we have for that is there are several types of treatment that people use to overcome anxiety and depression. Some of the most common types can help you through the process by exploring your past and setting goals for the future. Fine? So these therapies are basically for main and psychological patients which are dealing with severe psychological issues. So the first one we have is CBT or cognitive behavioral therapy. Many of you have heard about it. So it's a way that in which you can take a look into your behavior and thought patterns to identify the unhelpful negative thinking that could be worsening your condition. Changing behaviors that make your condition worse can be crucial aspect of your therapy. So the second one we have a CBT जो है ना अमूमन बहुत से हॉस्पिटल्स इतने ज़्यादा हॉस्पिटल्स इसको प्रेफर नहीं करते इतने सारे हॉस्पिटल्स सब हॉस्पिटल्स के पास ये जो है ना ऑप्शन अवेलेबल नहीं होती बहुत कम हॉस्पिटल्स हैं जो आपको CBT प्रोवाइड करते हैं. So next therapy we have is interpersonal therapy or IPT. You have heard about it or no? I don't know this. So this form of treatment helps person improve their relationships with others by solving problems and expressing their emotions more healthily. This is a form of therapy that can be helpful when adapting to difficult life events, difficulty with social skills, and organizing relationships throughout a person's life. So, how being physical active can keep your mind active and positive? Choosing to exercise can also be an excellent drug-free therapy. Choosing to exercise can also be an excellent drug-free therapy that you can use to combat depression and anxiety symptoms. Combat means to compete. Regularly adding exercise into your day-to-day routine can be an excellent way to generate endorphins throughout your body. Feel more alive and work to establish a healthier method for combating anxiety or depression symptoms. Research into depression and anxiety shows that exercise can have a series of psychological and physical benefits, with improving mood and making sure that you can overcome your symptoms much faster. Regularly exercising can also make sure that you can keep your anxiety and depression episodes from relapsing. Exercise assists by releasing feel-good endorphins, giving you the time to take your mind off from some of the thoughts that may make you depressed and anxious, and the added benefit of gaining more confidence. So when you feel overly anxious, practicing the task of mindfulness and working to organize the things you are most thankful for in your life. Approach positivity. It can help you feel less anxious, less anxiety, less depressive, and work through your symptoms of depression. So ये सब कुछ जो भी करना है ये आपको करना है. I cannot do anything. I can only show you a path you have to walk on. You have to walk yourself. मैं हाथ पकड़ के नहीं चला सकती आप लोगों को. मैं एक रास्ता ज़रूर दिखा सकती हूँ लेकिन हाथ पकड़ के चला नहीं सकती क्योंकि उस पर चलना